Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niuniu with Steve Hatherley here in the studio. Hello, Steve.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Always a pleasure. Now it's it definitely is a habit of having both of us for this show. Sometimes we interview people. Sometimes we talk to some new friends coming to China, ask about their Chinese learning experience and also Chinese traveling experience. And it's all related. It all comes back to the language learning, culture learning, people learning, and it's always a lot of fun. But doing it with you, because we have been doing the show for quite a long time, we cover different aspects, and I always find it fun when you have some new findings and new discoveries about the society and you share it with me and I tell you how to say them in Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, though, I think it must be fun to chat with people who are either new to China or maybe traveling in China or are new to learning Chinese and hear their thoughts and how they see things too. Because everybody has a different perspective, right?
And also their perspectives can sometimes be very surprising to me because, every culture is different, every background is different. What you deem as something so common and so everyday can be a surprise element for others. Because recently I've seen a lot of videos about, I think I started with one video. The video was talking about the things that surprise you when you come to China, traveling as a foreign visitor, and having no tipping culture was among the surprise elements. And the thing about social media is that when you watch a video and you watch it long enough and you liked it, they will recommend similar videos to you.
Yes.
And that's why I spend my entire evening watching the kind of videos of happily surprised foreign travelers talking about starting from no tipping culture to maybe during nights I get to go out and enjoy food and without worrying about safety till 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
The street sometimes is still packed, which is not something I like, but the fact that I get to enjoy a lot of snacks and stuff is nice. And following a lot of so-called Chinese style safety in the sense that something shouldn't have happened, but very happily, surprisingly happened to this traveler, and they're sharing their experience online, and they're calling it Chinese style safety.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever encountered something like that?
I've seen that in the sense where people will be working in a cafe and they will have their computer with them, and then they'll step out to do something harmful to their health.
Sure.
And then while they're out there, they'll leave their computer. And the reason I noticed that is just because I was curious to know how that was taken within the culture itself. Because I wouldn't do that in Toronto, maybe. If my computer was out of sight, I wouldn't do that in New York. I wouldn't do that in a lot of cities around the world. When I was in Seoul, in Seoul, that's how some people will reserve a table.
Yes. Sometimes I do that too. I'll leave my phone on a table. Yes.
Gosh, I keep finding similarities between Korean and Chinese culture in terms of daily life. Yeah, now that would be an insane thing to do in many cities around the world. But here, it's considered no problem at all because it doesn't even register in people's minds to kind of take your phone off a table. Like it just doesn't, it's not a thing here.
It's not a thing. And that's why I spent the entire night watching videos about Chinese style safety. And I want to talk about it on the show. I find it fascinating as well.
You told me I think one of the first things after I moved here, you said, you can leave your computer on a table in a restaurant and leave for 2 hours and come back and it'll be there. You can leave your bag on a bench in the park and you can come back 2 hours and it'll be there.
I'm not recommending you to do that. I'm just saying it's okay.
Yeah. And it's true. It's just because it's like, it's just not a thing. Like, it just doesn't happen. I'm sure there are individual cases we can find, but it's just not a thing that people need to stress about or worry about on a daily basis.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think 20 years ago, maybe that was because I was still a little girl. When I was walking in a very crowded place, like traveling or having a study tour in a different city that I don't feel familiar, what I would do was to carry my backpack in front.
Oh, yes, right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because you feel like you need to guard your belongings.
Yep.
And
with your arms wrapped around it.
Sometimes wrapped around it, or sometimes it's just as long as it's within your sight, you feel safer. And also at that time, I remember losing at least 2 bicycles. One around the school campus area and one around my community neighborhood area. And that was also not something truly uncommon at that time. But in recent years, I think for the past decade, that situation, that phenomenon seemed to disappear. I don't remember exactly from when, which point was the watershed point or something, but it really disappeared.
Do you know why? I mean, did punishments get a lot more strict?
No, not really. So that's why I also find some of these phenomenon or some of these situations described and happily presented by foreign visitors quite interesting. That is, we live in the culture, we get used to it, but it was not like that from the very, very beginning. Even though in Chinese culture, we had the kind of description about how a perfect society would be. We say, 夜不闭户,路不拾遗. So 夜 is night, 不 means no, 闭 means close, 户 is talking about the door of your household. So during nighttime, I do not close the door of my home or I do not lock it because I do not worry some people would come to my home and steal from me. Or
is that the way it is in the, I'm sure not in like Shanghai and Beijing and Guangzhou,
No.
but in the countryside, do people probably maybe live like
Well,
that?
to start with, this is a description of the ideal society in ancient Chinese philosophers' imagination or what they would imagine a perfect society would be like.
What they envisioned.
What they envision. So that's 夜不闭户. So do not close the door or lock the door during nighttime. And the second part, 路不拾遗. 路 is road or street. 不, again, no. 拾 is to pick up things. And 遗 is talking about 遗忘 or 遗漏, the kind of things that other people lost. So they lost something, they dropped something on the road, they didn't notice and they go away. But passersby would not go pick it up because they know it's not theirs. Maybe whoever lost it will come back for it and I will just leave it there. So the 夜不闭户 part is not exactly a truth, I guess. Because it's a weird thing to do. Leave your door open during nighttime.
It's not wise, I suppose.
And also strange. But I have to say, I have had left my key on my lock. I just totally forgot about it.
Oh, yeah, just
And
stuck
then
in your door?
Yeah, stuck in my door. And I went to work. And after a day, I came back. The keys are still there. So is my home and all of the things in it.
Good.
So I think it's kind of similar to not closing it during nighttime. No, still no. Please don't do that. Even if you're in China, it's still a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
People would go check in if everything's okay. Okay, so, but the 路不拾遗 part, the part where you do not take things on the road without the things being yours, like you mentioned, a bag on a bench or a computer on a random table in a coffee shop. That is definitely happening. And also, for example, the delivery parcels, like a heel piled in the corner or around the corner of a neighborhood that, things are in the parcels and they're not yours and you're not taking them. So, yeah, it's strange to think that the vision of those ancient philosophers talking about a perfect society is somehow kind of happening.
Kind of, right? Help me build a sentence here. How do I say worry?
担心.
担心. Okay. How do I say theft?
偷盗.
偷盗.
偷盗 is talking about the action of stealing.
担心 was worry, and 偷盗 is theft. How can I say I don't have to?
我不需要.
我不
需要.
需要.
我 is I. 不 is no. 需要 is need. So
okay.
I don't need to.
No need.
No need.
Okay. 我不需要担心. I don't have to worry. 偷盗.
我不需要担心偷盗.
Okay, so between 担心 and 偷盗, now in English we'd have to put about, right? I don't need to worry about theft. But in Chinese, we don't need to put any word between...
Not really, but that is one thing about learning a language. That is, by asking me about how to translate certain words and putting them together would give you a sentence that people knowing the language would understand, but it might not be how they would use it in daily life.
Okay, so...
For instance... You want to say, I do not worry about losing things on the street, something like that, being stolen like that. You can say, 我不担心丢东西. So, 我不, I don't, 担心, worry about, 丢 is to lose, 东西 is things. I don't worry about losing things. 我不担心丢东西.
So, when we express ourselves like this, there's no need for 需要.
No, not in this case.
So, I can just say, 我不担心偷盗.
You can say that. But
I don't worry about theft.
I don't worry about theft. And if you put 需要 in there, it's definitely also not wrong. It's okay.
Okay.
And the reason I hesitated a little bit when you ask me how to say theft in Chinese is because 偷盗 is relatively a more formal way of saying it. It's the definitely right formal translation of theft, but it's not used that often in oral Chinese.
So then if we take that sentence structure and we just replace the word theft, for example, how do you say calories?
卡路里.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's a nice surprise for me. 我不担心卡路里. So if I say, oh, can I have that extra cake? And you say, oh, it's a lot of sugar and fat. Can I say 我不担心卡路里?
You can say that. People understand you. But when we talk about the things that we worry about, it's usually a verb noun structure kind of thing.
Okay. I'm sorry. I took our conversation in a different direction.
No
there.
worries, because I just wanted to say if you do not worry about calories, then you have nothing to worry about going out during nighttime in Chinese cities, because that was another thing I watched a lot. A lot of people were saying that
nighttime safety.
Nighttime safety. And they say Chinese people enjoy a very lively nightlife. And the only thing that they felt dangerous, that scared them away, was the abundance and variety of snacks on the snack-themed street. Because if you go during, I don't know, the middle of the day, you can eat and walk and exercise a little bit. But when it's literally the middle of the night, I'm talking about 12 o'clock at night and 1 o'clock in the morning, you still see a lot of different very delicious snack, and you cannot help yourself, and you eat a lot, and you go home and you gain the calorie.
The delivery riders are still working hard at that
That's true
time of day too. Yeah, nighttime safety is depending on where you are coming from, but no matter where, I suppose, it's still a really nice thing to know about a place. And
because you can make your travel plan based on it,
well,
based on whether or not you would spare some time during nighttime to enjoy the nightlife.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. When I was in Los Angeles, I asked the person, is this neighborhood safe at night? I was staying downtown. In downtown LA, I don't know if you know about that, but It's changed over the years, but before the answer would be absolutely no. Do not spend any time outside late at night. But at that time, he told me, yeah, until midnight is generally by yourself. Okay. After that, maybe not so much. My answer to, or my reply to what you said is, even if you don't schedule your events around that information, it's something that people enjoy about a country.
Oh, that's true.
Even if you don't go out at night after midnight, just the knowledge that it's safe paints a very nice picture of that place in your mind.
And remember, you're asking, but you are you. You're tall and strong and a man. When I'm traveling around in other places, in some cities, I am a tiny woman. And I'm often recommended not to go out during nighttime if I am only by myself. So, yeah, being able to totally do that in 11 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, men or
even,
women or no problem.
No problem.
You could see a baby by
hopefully
themselves.
Not by themselves, hopefully.
At 2 a.m.
No, you couldn't.
Walking down the street.
That is not a phenomenon of Chinese-style safety.
You never see that. But I'm just saying, if you did see that
don't take the baby, but call the police.
That baby is safe.
And the funny thing is, there are different local cultures in the country as well. For some places, I'm talking about Guangzhou, for example, the Guangdong province, people there, I don't know why, but I always feel like people in Guangzhou, the city of Guangzhou and city of Chengdu are living a much richer life than mine.
How?
Maybe it's me. It's like they have a lot of entertainment choices during days and nights, and they have a lot of even different kinds of food for days and nights. They even call it 夜迷文化, so night days, but really, really enjoy the nights to the fullest kind of style.
What do you mean?
I think the snacks and food they serve during nighttime can be a little bit different than for daytime as well. And the number of people enjoying nightlife, 夜生活, nightlife, there are just more people enjoying nightlife. Like it's a lifestyle, it's a habit.
You mean like during the weekdays or out on the weekends? Beijing's very active at nights on the weekends.
You're right. Maybe it is me. But nevertheless, what I'm trying to say is in other places, for example, Beijing, Shanghai, and my hometown, Taiyuan, no, you don't see most or you don't see all of the snack shops open to 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 a.m. You don't see that often. But if someone wants to go out and, for example, run in a park, having 夜跑, 夜 is nighttime, 跑 is running, 跑步, it's totally okay. And they are by themselves. They do not see other people in the park and they feel safe and fine.
I think I know what you mean now. Where did you say? Guangdong or Guangzhou?
Guangdong province in general, the city of Guangzhou demonstrates that 夜迷文化 quite well.
So taking advantage of the night, not just, well, it's nighttime, so let's go home and watch TV, like that type of thing. Like people are still very active.
Very active.
In the night as much as they are in the daytime.
But I think you're right. When the nights are totally safe, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels good. You can be alone in dark, dark nights, running by yourself, feeling totally happy. You can be among thousands of people on a street still queuing for a perfectly roasted barbecue meat.
Or dancing in a park. Do you know how often
Yes.
seriously, do you know how often I see people dancing at night here? It's almost weird now.
It's almost weird.
Right? Because the first time I saw it, it was older couples in kind of a mini urban park. There was a music playing from a speaker, and it was very cute and sweet. And I thought, oh, that's kind of unique, I guess. And then, I keep bicycling, which is what I did a lot of, just around different neighborhoods, just going everywhere to see what I could see. And then I saw it again, and then I saw it again. And then I realized, oh, This is just like a night culture thing here. Like people go out and dance with each other. And I'm not talking about like break dancing or something. I mean like, I don't know if it's ballroom dancing, but it's couples dancing together, and it's very, very organized, and it looks great. But then I see like people making their TikTok videos or whatever they're making. I don't know what they're doing for like Billy or whatever. They'll just like put their phone up on their bicycle handle, and they're dancing by themselves right next to the sidewalk, totally ignoring everybody who's walking by. And I'm just like, wow. It's a little weird, but it's also kind of awesome because I like that they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. And they shouldn't care. Why should they care? There's no reason for them to care. And number two, they're out there doing their thing at night because they feel safe enough to do it. I've seen young women in small urban parks where it's kind of dark by themselves doing their dancing with their Billy, whatever platform it's for, at like 11 o'clock, 10:30 at night without any care in the world. And that's awesome to be able to have that peace of mind.
Well, I had an kind of not entirely pleasant experience in the sense that I got scared at the first glance because once I was on a business trip to a relatively, I don't even remember the city anymore, but it's a city that I didn't used to visit, and it was allergy seasons. So what I saw was a lot of people dancing to no music wearing masks. It was a scary moment, and the reason that I didn't realize they were dancing was because they were wearing Bluetooth headphones with their music. And I think they do not want to disturb people because it's really, really late. I think it's adjacent to a neighborhood. So they were doing it completely out of being considerate to their neighbors, but it scared me at first glance because there were no music and they were wearing masks.
Well, yeah, that would be sure.
But you're right. It was very late, and it's also cute. Not only that they're enjoying the safety of the night, but also they're being very considerate about other people as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That would be a little, with no
scary.
music, sure.
Yes, and because I watched all of those videos during that night, so I wanted to get some information or some reply from my friends online, and that's why I posted, do you think China is a safe city? Do you feel like you can travel around during nighttime in Chinese cities according to your experience? I want to know if it's a common feeling or if it's just because I've been watching these videos and the platform continue to recommend them to me. So I kind of started an online survey on my Facebook account, and I got a lot of very, very positive replies. Some of them saying that China probably the safest country you will ever visit. That's from Jason Ho Els. And also Shelvia said that unforgettable experience. We spent 10 days. We made the Golden Circle within to explore. We visited Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, and we always felt like we can come back. We wanted to come back again, and saying super safe. Even the biggest cities, people generally very friendly and helpful. And we have JP saying very safe as long as you don't do weird stuff. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I don't know what that means.
I know what it means. It means don't do something dumb, right? I saw a sign when I went to Xi'an to see the terracotta warriors in the park, and it said, don't fight unless you don't mind going to the hospital or jail.
Don't do something weird. Now I understand.
That was a message from the police on a sign in the park, and I thought, that is exactly the right message to send. Unless you don't mind.
Unless you don't mind. And Steve, not you, but Steve Stripe Man saying, why are you asking such a stupid question? Whoever has been there knows China is the safest place in the world. And also, Michael Yep is saying China is extremely safe at night. Not any Chinese people's faces walking on the street and not making me uncomfortable when they look at me. I don't know what that means.
I guess maybe he's had experiences in other places where people will stare or something like that. Yeah, that happens sometimes when you're traveling around the world. It depends on the neighborhood you're in, right? I was in Saigon, and if you're in the touristy areas of Saigon, nobody pays any attention to you. But I went on a walk to try to just see the city, the non-touristy parts, and I ended up in a neighborhood with like outdoor street food, but super local, ultra local. And when I turned the corner to where everybody was eating on the street, everybody stopped and looked at me and stared at me like, "Are you lost? Like, how did you end up in this street, in this alley?" It was in an alley.
Okay.
And I kind of hesitated for a second, and like my brain made a quick judgment, like, am I being told to leave type thing? And I was not being told to leave. It was just they were shocked, like, what's a tourist doing here? And I sat down and I ate, and it was cool. I think that's kind of what he means by that. You get looks sometimes, depending.
And then under the comment area of my social media post, people started to discuss about their traveling experience, not only related to Chinese style safety, but other things like someone saying, yep, loved every minute there, and someone saying absolutely safe and recommended. And I have to tell you, no matter business or pleasure, you must plan at least 15 days there. So they started to talk about where to visit, and the conversation goes to another direction.
15 days is not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah. See what I mean? It's like the number one thing that registers with them. And it doesn't mean that they were like out at 4 a.m. It's just something that travelers notice about a place, and people always comment about it. How's China? Oh, it's really safe. Yeah. It's one of the first things people will say. I've heard it a lot about different places around the world. I've heard the opposite about different places around the world too. It's like a top priority for people when they travel.
Yes.
Peace of mind. Like I said, peace of mind.
I'm glad I stumbled upon that video that night, and now I'm going to give you how to say Chinese style safety in Chinese. We know China is 中国, and the style is 是. 是, same pronunciation with is, am, are, but a different character. It means style. 形式 or 样式, it means style. And safety is 安全.
安全.
Yes, so Chinese style safety, 中国式安全.
中国式安全.
Yes, and that is the key word of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm very glad we talked about this, and I will be even happier if you would leave your personal experience here in China, visiting or staying here, or any fun surprise you've encountered here in China under the comment area. And let us know if these stories resonate with you as well. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
Thanks very much. See you next time.